Over the past few years, North Korea has accelerated its development of nuclear weapons and ballistic missiles. Particularly since 2013, there's been a clear trend of increasingly frequent missile launches. Now, every year, North Korea launches multiple short-range Scud-type missiles, but recently, for the first time, it's also been firing intermediate-range Musudan missiles. In 2015 and 2016, North Korea also carried out at least 6 tests related to submarine-launched ballistic missiles. The KN-11 missile is an incremental improvement, but North Korea hasn't yet shown the submarine capabilities to make these operational. In 2016, North Korea also for the first time conducted 2 full nuclear tests in January and September. In March, it published images showing Supreme Leader Kim Jong-un inspecting a nuclear warhead. At the time, IHS Markit assessed that this could likely fit into a long-range missile and that the re-entry vehicle, with reasonable probability, would survive re-entry into the atmosphere. Lastly, in 2016, North Korea tested a satellite launch vehicle, it released images of an ablative test of a nose cone, and it published footage showing the test of a liquid fuel rocket engine. Although North Korea's development of weapons is always shrouded in secrecy, cumulatively these point to North Korea possibly developing a nuclear-tipped intercontinental ballistic missile in the next 3 to 5 years. When Kim Jong-un came to power in December 2011, there was some speculation that as a relatively young and Western-educated ruler, he would focus on economic development, for example through improving diplomatic and trade relations with countries other than China. However, the acceleration of progress towards a nuclear deterrent makes it crystal clear that North Korea's leadership sees this as its only security guarantee. So what's most likely is for North Korea on the one hand to continue to call for a peace treaty with the United States, while on the other making progress towards its nuclear insurance policy. In recent years, changes at the top of North Korea's ruling party and its government show a consolidation of power. This means not only fewer people with more influence, but also a growing middle class in the capital Pyongyang. These people, with relatively little influence, but also more and more knowledge of the outside world, could potentially contribute to instability in the medium term. They mean that, in the capital at least, economic development and access to luxury goods and services are likely to remain a priority. In addition, changes to North Korea's top governing bodies show a relative dominance of the party over the military. However, this hasn't translated into a less hawkish national security policy. On the contrary, the elite who remain in power have actually pursued a policy of brinkmanship. Multiple bold announcements show that they actually feel increasingly confident in North Korea's advanced and advancing weapons capabilities. Some people say that North Korea having a nuclear deterrent would make it feel more secure and less concerned about a potential attack by the US or South Korea. It would therefore focus more on economic development and integrating into the international systems of diplomacy, finance, and trade. However, I think that past precedent on the Korean peninsula points to North Korea becoming more belligerent, including with its conventional weapons. On its own, this would mean a greater risk of escalation towards conflict. But in addition, the risk is greater than at any other point in the past 10 years because of fewer open channels of communication between North and South Korea, between China and North Korea, and in some cases between regional military commanders and their central leadership.